Hello, hello. You're listening to the Goggler Podcast with Ian, Bahir, and Uma. As always, Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, which is like a 2-decade follow-up to Dawn of the Dead, which was Zack Snyder's breakout zombie film.
One, it should be called Heist of the Dead because there's no Army of the Dead in this movie.
Yes.
There's very few zombies. This is probably the pitch as well. It's like these are people who escaped and also apparently brought out the Secretary of Defense or something. This is Rick and the gang at the end of season 7 of The Walking Dead. This is the perfect crew to pull off a heist.
But this goes back to the problem with the beginning of the film and the rest of the film, right? Because the beginning of the film, like you said, Bahir, with this notion that the president of the United States wants to nuke a city on the 4th of July, with that opening credits, it felt like a very different film. It actually felt like it would have been a zany, fun zombie movie, like in the vein of Escape from New York or Escape from LA, where you had these really random, bizarre characters. I thought it was going to go down that route, and it didn't, because like there are two kinds of zombie movies, right? There's the super fun, boom, boom, shoot, shoot, shoot zombie movies. And then there's the deeper metaphor for human existence nonsense.
There were layers they could have gone into, but it feels like Zack Snyder sat down and wanted to do a zombie movie, but didn't want to do a zombie movie like everybody else has done a zombie movie. He didn't want it to be funny. He didn't want it to be heavy and emotional. But in trying to avoid those, he made something completely his own, which was bad.
No, but that's the hubris of it all, right? Because since he's made Dawn of the Dead, we've had the genre evolve in so many ways. And you would think, as a director, you want to learn from the high points of the zombie movies over the last 20 years. Instead, this feels like a terrible throwback where he is making his own thing, but his own thing is stuck 20 years ago.
No, but even then he's got these sort of like I Am Legend-esque ideas he's approaching, but never sort of truly approaches. He just sees it from a distance through a telescope and avoids it.
Oh, we should say it's not terrible. Like, it looks good.
Yeah.
Some of those individual moments and the banter and the gunfire is fine. It's just nothing extra to it. You know what I mean? I
think in a lot of ways, had the movie been 90 minutes, I would have had fun. I would have been completely mindless, but it would have been fun.
Had the movie been Bautista, Van der Hoe, and Dieter.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it just goes back to this idea of having really good performers and players. I mean, all of them are really good performers who have really fantastic moments by themselves.
There's that weird moment where they talk about, like, is this us from a parallel time loop?
That was damn weird.
What?
Wait. But when that happened, I thought, is this movie going to do something very cool?
Every time you think, is this movie going to do something very cool? The answer is always no.
It could have been just a throwaway piece of dialogue, right? And that would have been fine. Yeah. But why were the skeletons dressed like them?
Yeah, the one was wearing a key, the same as one of the other characters.
Why even go that far? It's not funny anymore.
And it's a Twilight Zone episode, but no.
He doesn't have enough sense to go all the way and make something smart or interesting.
Once you've spent 2 hours and 30 minutes of your life watching this, get in touch with us and let us know what you think. If you absolutely loved it, know right now that you are wrong. But you can get in touch on social media on Goggler MY, and we will be happy to tell you just how wrong you are. You can also email us on podcast@goggler.my. Don't forget to rate this podcast on all your podcast apps. Tell your friends, tell your family. You know what to do. Thank you so much for listening. This has been the Goggler Podcast.